was an intense practice. What was the message to the group after that practice?
I mean, the message was clear. We got to come out here to win a game today. And it started with the practice, really intense. We know it's going to be another intense game tonight, so we got to be ready, and that's our goal.
How do you stay mentally resilient?
Just looking forward to the next game. You can't get caught up. You got to stay positive, and it's a long season, so that's the way everybody has to think right now.
And you're back with Holtz today. What's it like playing with Holtz?
Oh, I mean, he's a great player. Obviously, a great shot. So for me, trying to find him somehow, and hopefully get a couple tonight. So definitely gonna be fun.
What's it like being the leader of this team and sitting next to a guy like Andre and what he's sort of done in his career? What has that been like for you?
Great. I mean, I'm still young. I can learn a lot from him. I mean, he's won it all. So obviously, it's just great to have a guy like that in our locker room and in our colors. So definitely, everybody in here can learn a lot from him.
Obviously yesterday the focus on the defensive zone and you guys defending. What do you need to see right from the get-go tonight to put you in that frame of mind that things are going in the right direction?
Be patient and be smart, and that's the main thing. With smart, I mean sharp also. Like be sharp, be on your spots, play smart, and just don't need to win the game in the first 10 minutes. Like be patient.
Thank you, Nico.
Hockey sense, we're going to try to create as many scoring chances as we possibly can and be a driving force for the team. And I mean, Shara has been one of the team's best goal scorers the two previous season, and obviously we know what a sharp shooter he is. So try to find him in the open slot is going to be a key for us.
Thank you. Just knowing that Anaheim played last night, is that something that you guys want to take advantage of? I know the same situation was with Detroit as well. But knowing they played last night, is it kind of critical to come out strong, come out hard?
Yeah, obviously the start is important. Kind of set the tone right away from the start and get the pace up right away and try to be showing ourselves early in the game what we stand for.
And when you go through video with the coaching staff, what are maybe one or two things that they're really trying to key in on as far as playing your own end? We hear all about forwards getting back, helping out. But is there anything in particular in front of the goalies to make it a little bit more crisp in that area?
Yeah, obviously that is a part of it. I think something too that we addressed a lot is getting ourselves open to help out each other. I feel like there's a lot of times where our D coming back for pucks and they're doing a good job, and then it's up to the other guys to get themselves in a good spot to get a pass and then get it going from there. I feel like there's a couple of times where we just push the problem over to each other a little bit instead of helping out each other. So that's something that we addressed, and that's something that we worked on yesterday, and something that we're going to keep building on. And in fact, yesterday and today was a good step.
A lot of it's a play away from the puck. What that individual is doing, what you're doing away from the puck, basically, to find those spaces.
Yeah, like that all five guys on the ice wants the puck. I feel that that's something to the key, and as soon as you get a puck in D zone or something, that everyone gets open, everyone gets out of there, and you kind of create some offense from there, and you take responsibility for what's going on in the D zone.
So would you say, like, when you look back to the first couple games, everything that you saw that went wrong was correctable stuff and stuff that was addressed yesterday, you think, at practice?
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff was just our own mistakes, and they're all our own details that we're kind of missing. Obviously, there was a couple of sharp shooting goals from the other team, but I think most of the stuff was stuff that we can address. And I feel like overall, we played some good hockey. We had some good offensive chances. We're just gonna be better at finding the back of the net and get some goals in.
Lindy, one of the things that Nico said this morning is, as much as we need to have a good start, we always have to keep in mind that you don't win a game in the first 10 minutes. So what is it that you need to see from your group here going out?
Well, I think a good start, is always important. And a good start comes a lot of different ways. You come out, you create pressure, you don't take a penalty, you play the game the right way. We got off to a little tough start. Took an early penalty, which automatically gives the other team a little bit of possession, a little momentum. So it's important that we execute and, move the puck well.
Based on the lines yesterday and today, it looks like Nate will go back in. What did you see from him in that first game that said, he needs to take a game off and hopefully come back with another good performance?
Well, I think that we have different options, and you look at we've got some bodies. I think even in back-to-back games we'll use. I want to keep guys going. We know what Zet's brought us last year. I think he struggled a little bit through the preseason, but we know he can be a good player for us. So we want to try to keep everybody going. Bo's been in a game, and I think you can see that the bottom four. You can see different pieces going in on a nightly basis, but we know what Bass has to bring: penalty killing, physicality. A guy we can count on in key defensive situations, even take draws.
Obviously, having two goaltenders like Mac and Vitek, is this sort of a scenario where you just need someone to grab the reins before you start?
I think we saw what we saw in the preseason. I got a lot of faith in what our goaltenders can do. I think admittedly they know they got to be better, but I think admittedly you saw how well they played in the preseason. I think we had a 2.0 goals against. We kept the shots down. We kept the chances down. I thought for the most part we did our part in the preseason. I thought there was a couple situations in the Philly game that I didn't like. But I got a lot of faith that both of them are going to be important pieces for us.
How have you liked Holtz in his game in these first two games?
Yeah, I think he's been okay. I think again, I just come back to pace sometimes. His pace is getting better. There's been a couple times where we know he's a shooter and just release it sooner. We've tried to use him on the power play and in a key flank. I think a couple passes we got to him really weren't in his wheelhouse, but we're trying to find what would look good and who can hang on to pucks more and get him pucks in the offensive zone to get him that extra chance or two to see if he can finish. And then I just think it's your responsibility tracking back.
And Zetterlund too, Coach. I mean, when he's in the lineup, is he doing the things that you know?
I think I just broke that down. Yeah. Where we're gonna short term here. You're gonna see some different guys go out, and I think even in back-to-back games, fresher legs. We have options to put a couple guys in that can maybe add more energy to our team.
It's been a little tough luck with the first two games. When you watch video with the players and stuff, is there anything in particular you can pinpoint defensively that just the team needs to do better in order to help the goaltender?
Well, I think when you look at our last game defensively, it was a game where we didn't give up a lot. Even through the preseason. We gave up the 2-on-1, but we kept that shot to the outside, and that shot went in. And I think it, from just outside the dot. Again, you have to limit opportunities, which through preseason, I thought our team did a real good job with it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to need some saves at key times. And, I think even the fifth goal, was we had a play to be made. We didn't make it. We had a D-man that played the first play, a D-man that played the second play. It gave up a backhand shot. We could have played that situation better. But on the other side of it, I look at, we had 20-plus scoring chances. If you don't score, you're not giving your goalie much support. And with all the opportunities we've had in the last two games, I think I would point to that more than anything. That, if you bury your opportunities, you don't get down in the game, and the other team starts to chase the game a little bit, and you get more opportunities.
The one thing I admire about you, you show a lot of patience. Is it tough to remain that path, be that patient as a coach when things start to unravel, go bad, that type of thing?
Well, I think I didn't like the start of the game, the last game. I thought we had a little bit of nerves. I thought we made a poor play right off the opening face-off. Poor decision that let them walk in. But I thought we really settled down, created a lot of pressure, created a lot of good opportunities. I think when you look at the structure, you have to be demanding. We were demanding and it's going to continue to be demanding. Sometimes that's why you see ice time go down for certain guys. That's not patience. That's just me saying, if you're going to play that way, you're not going to play as much. If you're not going to back check as hard, you're not going to play as much. So that's from player, 1 through 18.
Players know that.
Oh, they know that. Yeah, they know that.
Then can I just get the missed chances front, are you seeing guys trying to do too much, or has it just been unlucky, or what? Like, what do you put your finger
Well,
on that?
you know, I even look at the opportunity. If you want to go to Nico's chance before the goal at the end of the period, pretty sure it's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it catches a piece of the goalie, it catches the crossbar, and you're going, you know, why didn't that go in? You're looking at some of the opportunities that Jack created, some of his own opportunities. He hit the goalie in the shoulder. I think, you know, when he's on his mark, that's probably going short side. I thought Jack had an empty net to put a puck in, missed an empty net. So I point to probably the biggest thing that is missing is take advantage of your opportunities. You know, the game is, shots are like 28-13. We've had plenty of opportunities. We've limited the chances, but we haven't taken advantage. And I think that hurts us more than anything, because now if you get down, you know you're going to have to try to ramp it up a little. When you ramp it up a little, there's always an opportunity to have the opposition take advantage of the times where you try to get a little bit more aggressive.
Coach, you mentioned in the preseason the defensive effort was really good. You liked everything that you saw. The season's now here. Does that change? What happened? What made that change?
I thought we had 2 breakdowns in Philly that we didn't make in the preseason for the most part. But I can just tell you, in the preseason, we had some big breakdowns that our goalies made big saves. And sometimes that's the difference maker. You know, we kept the shots down in preseason. I think we've kept the shots down in our 2 games so far. We talk a lot about the high quality rush chances that we've really tried to stay away from. And I thought in Philly there was a couple of big mistakes that led to those, but at the same time, the opportunities that we created, we didn't finish.
Thank you, Lindy.